Welcome to the UB Football Insider with Lance Leipold. Brought to you by our team UB partners, New Era Cap, Nike, AdPro Sports, WGRZ Channel 2, Pepsi, and in part by Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill, Kegworks, Mass Mutual Financial, and A-Turf.
Once again from Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill, it is the UB Football Insider on ESPN 1520. My name is Howard Simon. Lance will be joining us just a little bit. Joe Licata is here. First off, the Bulls with a big win over Kent State. We'll tell you that, they're back in action Wednesday night, and they will host Northern Illinois at his Military Appreciation Night at the game. The night will kick off with a tailgate concert by Fleetwood Mac tribute band Rumors. For tickets, call the UB ticket office or order online. UBBulls.com. The ticket office is 1-877-UB there. I mentioned we're joined by senior quarterback Joe Licata. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. It was a tough one.
It was a tough one. So is that the kind of game a quarterback dreams about? The fourth quarter, come from behind, late game-winning touchdown drive
victory? I wish it didn't come down to that, but, those are the moments that you kind of dream of as a kid. Two-minute drill, you get the ball, you got one chance to score, and it's all riding on that drive, and we put together a string of great plays and made the play at the end to win it.
Was there any message? Sometimes the quarterback will come out, you guys will huddle up. On the last drive, you had 4-something minutes left, I think. Was there anything you said to the guys?
Just kind of gave the Marv Levy, hey, guys, where else would you rather be than right here, right now? It was a perfect opportunity for us. We had a chance to do that same thing earlier in the season against Nevada, and we came up short. And, this is kind of – we were ready for it. We practiced 2-minute drill all the time, and the guys were really ready for it.
There were a number of key plays in that drive I want to ask you about. One was 4th and 18, the pass interference call on the throw to Marcus McGill.
Yep.
Was that your first choice? Was that the look there, or did you notice, hey, Marcus is open, or I got a chance? Even if thinking, I'll throw it up there, maybe there's a flag? What did you see on that play?
We had two vertical routes on the outside, Ron Willoughby on one side, Marcus McGill on the other, both pretty equal leaping ability. I was thinking more go to Ron because he had that touchdown catch earlier in the game, and I took the snap, step back, and the safeties rolled over to Ron, and the corner bailed off on him, and so I looked to the other side, and Marcus had his guy beat, and I threw as far as I could in that time, and Marcus went up, and he said if he wouldn't have got past him, he would have caught it, and luckily we got the call, and I think sometimes it comes down to one of those plays like that, and it's better to be lucky than good sometimes.
I think that was the play. Was that the one where you kind of had to sidestep around a guy at your feet?
Yeah, there was a guy at my ankles and just kind of hopped
It's a nice little move. Yeah, you just kind of, let me get out of the way here so you could set and throw the ball.
Yep.
And now you have a 3rd and 10 on that series as well, and you hit a pass over the middle to Matt Weiser. If you want to talk, I know you had the chemistry with Willoughby. You've certainly developed it with Weiser. If you want to talk a little bit about that play too, because that was another big play on the drive.
Yeah, we had a crossing route with Matt, and he does a great job of separating. And I think you've seen that this year, and his production has been off the charts. He's had a great season so far, and it comes down to how hard he works and studies film, and he knows what moves to make on guys in what situations, and he was one-on-one there, and a big body guy like Matt, I'm just going to give him the ball in the middle of the field, and he did the rest.
But then I want to ask you about the touchdown. I'm going to recreate what it was like in my basement as that play is going, okay?
Okay.
All right, so you get the snap, right? Okay, all right. And this is me just watching you, Joe, all right. Run! No, don't. Oh, no, throw. Oh, he's throwing. Okay, good play, Joe. So as the play starts, because, you start to run, and it looks like there is a huge hole there.
It was.
But you made the right decision. You watched on the replay. All of a sudden, it seemed to close pretty darn fast on you.
Coach Kotelnicki, our offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach, wrote on the board this week that I was going to have a legitimate rushing touchdown. I haven't had one in my college career. I've had a couple QB
sneaks. Is that right?
I've had a couple QB sneaks for touchdowns.
Oh, okay.
But not like a scramble.
Yeah, right.
And so that was the kind of like the bet in the quarterback room was I was going to have a rushing touchdown this week, and that was all that was crossing my mind on that last play. So I saw the hole wide open, and I just took off, and John Kling made a great block at our left tackle, made a great block, got a guy on the ground. And I saw Matt's guy coming off of Matt.
Because he figured you're running, so he moves over to go get you.
And Matt was in the process of trying to block him, but he peeled back too soon. And so as soon as he peeled back, I just floated the ball up, and somehow, some way, Matt saw it. I don't know how he did, but that was very heads-up play by Matt Weiser in that situation. Then he scored, and and we were pretty excited.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
You know, Matt was with us at the beginning of the season. I talked to him a little bit about. I love talking to seniors. Mm-hmm. It can be very emotional as a senior. Your final season, your final home game.
Yeah.
How much, as you get to the tail end of the season, and there's 3 games left, and hopefully a bowl game after that. How much are you thinking about that?
It is a sad thing. I mean,
or do you try not to? Maybe
you try not to, but everyone does. It's your senior year. It's your last go around. I mean, for some of us, this could be the last time we're ever playing football, and that's sad. You work your whole life for something to just be done with it. So you really have to embrace the moment, and Coach Leipold has talked about focusing on the day and just embracing the process. And I think we've done a pretty good job of it. And it's going to be sad, definitely. But we've worked extremely hard, and I'm proud of this season so far, and proud of the work to come.
I want to talk to you a little bit about your family. Mark Gaughan from the Buffalo News did a great piece on you before the season began in their season preview about you and your parents and relatives and sisters and the family. And it seems like it's very important to you. How important, in terms of your success as a high school player, now as a quarterback at UB, what role has your family played in that success?
They're 100% the reason for all my success. I mean, my dad was my role model growing up. He's the reason I wear number 16. My mom was extremely supportive, taught us those values, and my 3 sisters are at every game. I mean, when I walk out on the field and I see those well, I don't see my dad because he doesn't sit with my mom and my sisters because he's too busy pacing somewhere up in the stadium.
He's nervous during the games?
Yeah. But, just knowing that they're there supporting me, it means so much to me. And I think some of the guys on the team enjoy it, too. They feed off of it, too. We're an extremely close family, and that's a tribute to my parents.
Are you now next year, your younger sister is going to be at Buffalo State, right?
She's there right now. Yep.
Oh, she's already at
she's
basketball?
A freshman. Yep, she's a basketball player.
Do you have time to go over and check out her games?
Yeah, she plays her first game November 17th, so I'll be there.
Very good.
Wearing black and orange, I guess.
Is that going to be hard for you?
I'm not really a fan of the color orange, but I'll wear a black shirt for her.
You want me to, I got a Buffalo's couple of sweatshirts and a hoodie. You want them?
It might be an NCAA
As a proud alum, I can give. Mine's a little big for you. You're going to have a little room. It's a double XL. So now when football is done, and like I said, you got a little bit more to do here. When football is done, what's your plan? What's your degree in? What do you want to do with life after UB?
Well, I graduated with a history degree. Initially, I wanted to be a high school teacher and a coach. I definitely want to get into high school coaching. But as soon as this season's done, I'm going to train and try to play at the next level, whether it be the NFL or CFL. I'm going to chase my dream.
That's good. Well, look, you still have a little more football left.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations again on the big win over the Golden Flashes, and good luck Wednesday night against Northern Illinois.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Joe. Joe Licata joining us here. When we get back, we'll be joined by Lance Leipold, Bulls head coach. It is the UB Football Insider from Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill. More coming up on ESPN 1520.
Pub and Grill. Hey, it's Paul Santora letting you know we have 2 great locations. One on Millersport Highway next to the Marriott, one on Transit Road next to Transit Lanes. We've got 60 taps, 66 TVs. All of our food is made to order with the freshest and most natural ingredients. Both locations have live music, Millersport on Friday, Transit Friday and Saturday night. There's no better place to enjoy football and hockey with great drink and food specials for every game. Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill since 1927. 4 generations strong, the only family to say we are the original. Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill. Great food, great people, great beer.
From youth sports to the NFL, A-Turf synthetic grass fields are helping athletes have fun and perform at their peak. More than 30 Western New York schools and over 400 schools nationwide call A-Turf their home field. It's what the UB Bulls play on and the Buffalo Bills too. A-Turf Titan has the highest safety rating and the longest warranty. A-Turf, optimal performance for athletes, superior value for owners. Learn more at aturf.com.
Hello, this is that Kegworks guy for the Kegworks store. Are you sick of that neighbor throwing the best party every year? We have everything you need to kick that guy's party right in the you-know-whats. From an extensive line of Jell-O shot supplies to keg pumps, premium cocktail mixers, beer pong tables, and so much more. So get to the Kegworks store at 1460 Military Road in Kenmore, just south of Sheridan. Until next time, this is that Kegworks guy reminding you, go to the Kegworks store.
Sludge makes your car feel a little bit like you do after an all-you-can-eat buffet. Slow. That's why Napa's got Castrol GTX Conventional for just $3.79 a quart with Tri-Shield technology to protect your engine from power-robbing sludge. Castrol GTX, now just $3.79. Conquer the job with Napa know-how. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state local taxes or recycling fees. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 8/31/15.
Hey, if you're looking to support the Bulls, you can join the Blue and White Fund today, the fundraising arm of UB Athletics that supports over 500 UB student athletes. To learn more, go to bullsblueandwhite.com. Once again, back at Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill here on Transit Road. We're here each week for UB Football Insider and the UB Basketball Insider. And joined now, Joe's sticking around. I'm shooing him out of here, and he's sticking around. We don't even need Lance this week. He's doing great. Lance Leipold joining us. Coach, good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's great to be on the Joe Licata Show.
That's right. Welcome to the Joe Licata Show. Special guest of the Joe Licata Show. Receive. So, I got a great idea. Now, and I know you look like the kind of guy who loves, like, fans and media coming up with play suggestions. So, the dude's never had, like, a true rushing touchdown. I'm thinking naked bootleg.
I think we should just have a contest. Draw up your
play?
your quarterback run for Joe to score.
Okay, we could. When I was thinking, nothing crazy. You know, you're at, let's say, inside the 10. I don't want Joe to have to run 40 yards, right? I mean, he's in good shape. He dropped weight. He's great. He's healthy. But I'm thinking like 5 to 10 yard line, naked bootleg.
I'm all in.
Okay. I know. See, you don't want to admit it because you don't want to give it away.
When Joe's splitting out at receiver there, you notice that?
Yep.
You know,
I'm asking for a fade.
Get a pass.
They won't throw it to me, though.
You notice they're moving a special corner over each time.
Does he have run after catch ability?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Yes, he does.
All right. He's not just a decoy.
Tell you what, that'll be another reason to be at the game Wednesday, just to see what else how we're going to
little tease.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Huh? Yep. Little tease. Wednesday, 8 o'clock, Northern Illinois, by the way. Tickets are available. Also here on ESPN 1520, ESPN 3. What's it like? We've talked to you about Joe, but you're on the road. You're down 11, fourth quarter, huge game. You're trying to keep your bowl hopes alive. There's a lot of pressure. How comforting is it to know you're sending a senior quarterback out in those situations?
Oh, extremely. And that's what's made Joe, and I give Joe a hard time a lot of things, but his maturity and how he handles things from day one has been so impressive. And you don't see a change in how he approaches it from first quarter to fourth. He when things haven't gone right, and if he feels it's part of his responsibility, he takes ownership. He's never deflected anything that hasn't gone, maybe the way we wanted to. It's even keel. I think along with the Matt Weisers and the Ron Willoughbys and everyone else in that senior group has done such an outstanding job of really just kind of keep pounding as we go along and finding a way. We've gone through so many things through this season. And these guys know that when it comes together, it can be pretty special. And they never flinched or panicked on it, and it was great to see it really come through there in the last minute.
Players are always trying to improve, Joe, from season to season. In what ways do you think Lance, Andy Kolonicki, and the new coaching staff have helped you and your game this season?
The approach, I think, it's meant a lot. Focusing on the daily process. Coach K and Coach Leipold demand a lot. Coach Kolonicki demands a lot of us. He gives us homework every night, film study-wise, and that's really helped improve my game, I think.
Talk a little bit about the win, Lance. You talked after the Ohio game, said, hey, it won't matter if we don't build on this and get a win at Miami. So you go to Miami of Ohio and you get a win. How important now to get that another road win and a third straight win, to just keep building off of that previous success?
Well, I think each one is special in their own right. To beat a team like Ohio with the way the score was, the way the game played out was important, especially after we'd lost 3 in a row. Then to go get a road win on a short week, then to go back on the road. Road wins at any level, at any time, and then weekdays and everything else that's kind of happening, I think are pretty special. And for us to keep going, then to get 3 in a row. And as I said to I was talking to a couple of the defensive guys on the sideline during our special teams today, I said, it's a game on ESPNU. It's an important game, but these guys have made it an important game by taking care of their business and getting to play a good opponent. And it was Brandon Berry. He kind of looked at me and goes, yeah, we have, haven't we? It's kind of like, and the thing I think that also gets to be contagious in this is that they all become important when you take care of business. And then, the goal of this is, as we look for consistency, they all become important because it's the next one. And they all will have important meanings along the way. But as you keep the climbing, then of course you don't build it all up because we got to have this one or you need this one for something. You just keep moving along.
The goal is to win a championship. The goal, get to a bowl game. All these things. Do you guys, Joe? Do you think about that bigger picture at all, or do you just honestly? It's all about Northern Illinois right now, and that's it.
You try not to think about that stuff. I mean, we know what the end goal is. Everyone knows what it is. Everyone has an awareness of that. But Coach Leipold's made it very clear to win and to get to where that goal, to get to where you want to be, you have to focus on that everyday process. And it's getting in, watching film. It's going to practice with a great attitude, being excited about what you're doing. It all starts right there on the daily functions.
Do you bring up bowl games at all during the season, or is that like a preseason
You can
thing?
ask Joe for how many times we've mentioned that word this week.
Not at all?
No, doesn't really talk about it.
It's guys know, first of all, what's going on. I mean, and there's certain things, but why sit there? You can't, if you don't focus on what you need to get done today, you're not going to, those things don't happen. And it's cliche or whatever, but if it's really what works. And if you stay in the moment, stay where you need to be, good things will continue to happen. If you get, like Joe says, Andy gives them something to, okay, what are you going to work on or what are you going to study? Because we're going to make sure we've got everything covered as we take the field, and hopefully the game becomes easy.
We've talked a lot about offense, but I wanted to ask you about the defense, because if they don't do what they did in the fourth quarter, Joe and the offense really aren't in a position to try and come back and win that game. So you're down 17-6 going into the fourth, okay? Kent State has 3 drives in the fourth quarter, totaling 11 plays, and in those 11 plays in the fourth quarter, they end with 9 total yards. And, 4-and-out punt, 4-and-out punt. What did you see from your defense, and just talk about their play in the fourth quarter and how important that was?
Well, really the whole second half. I don't know what the plays were in the third quarter. I just looked at time of possession when I got the stat sheet after the game. We had the ball 10 minutes and 40 seconds plus in the third and fourth quarters. So that's almost 22 minutes of time of possession out of 30. And that says a lot about, what we were doing a little bit even offensively in the third quarter, but we weren't able to finish it out. But our defense wasn't on the field very long. They were getting stops, getting off the field, and playing very consistent. But we also talked about that. We thought, Kent State has an excellent defense, a little bit younger on offense in some areas. We thought it could have been that kind of battle. It played out that way. Early part of the game, I thought we had some excellent field position that we didn't capitalize on. But, again, we didn't panic, and we just kind of kept moving along.
Now, I want to ask you, we talked to Joe about the game-winning touchdown pass, and I won't recreate me in the basement yelling, run, 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 no throw, no, what are you doing? What's going on the sideline as that play is going and as you're seeing it run out in front of you? What are you thinking on the sideline? What are you reacting?
Honestly, okay, I told this to Joe already. I didn't think he scored. I thought he got to well, first of all, I didn't think Matt scored. I thought by the time the two things that crossed my mind was, first of all, I thought he crossed the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Oh, when Joe threw it. Oh, okay.
And I'm like, oh, now we're gonna. It's a loss of down, and then we're gonna move back. And then I was kind of looking if then I thought Matt just got inside the 5. And so did Rob Ianello, because we're kind of looking. I was thinking timeout or what are we going to do next? Huh. And then they signal touchdown. So then everything's kind of going. We're going to go for 2. So everything happened so fast. So one is, did he cross over the line throwing the ball, and did we really get in? Then they reviewed it.
Yep.
So now you're trying to decide, and everybody's kind of going nuts, and you're trying to get your personnel grouping for the 2-point play. Mm-hmm. But then if he's short, and we only have 1 timeout left, what are we going to do next? What's that personnel grouping going to be? And then the clock's going to start right away. So there's a lot of things we were trying to kind of decipher there.
I didn't think it was that close. I mean, as you're starting to run, what do you take a quick glance over to the side to see where the stick is?
I knew we were about the 8-yard line.
Okay, I didn't think it was that close.
Yeah, I let go at about the 9-yard line.
Okay.
So it was close, but
all right.
Yeah. So.
Well, whatever, it counts. You have to win. That's all that matters. All right, remember, before we let Joe go, remember, naked bootleg.
Naked bootleg, okay.
You want me to email it to you? Or you
going to draw it up, or is it, you don't want quarterback draw or anything?
Draw it up. What do you want, Coach? I mean, I'm giving you the play. Can't you guys draw it up?
All right. Well, all right.
Is that all right with you?
That sounds good to me.
Okay. Joe, congratulations, and have a great finish to the senior year. Yes, sir.
Do you want it on his hip? You want the ball on his hip, like to make sure, or how do you want it to be?
Oh, for deception purposes?
Yeah.
Sure. Yes, hide it. Yes, that would be really great.
Peyton Manning style. Okay. I like it.
Stand for a second, maybe look like you're watching, Anthony or Jordan or whatever. But like he said, the key is don't tell anybody else on the offense about it. Only Joe knows about it. One of those plays where he totally confuses they're blocking, they're running right, and all of a sudden Joe kind of runs the other way.
Well, real quickly, because Joe, he had like four quarterback sneaks. I think
but that doesn't count.
We should just open the game with it.
That's a quarterback sneak on the first drive.
What do you think? I bet you'd be for like 5. What do you think?
I think we're on the break. I'd love to chat more about this. We have to break.
All right.
Thank you, Joe, for the visit.
All right. Thanks for having me on.
Northern Illinois. Woo, talk about a tough matchup. That is Wednesday night. They're coming off a big win over Toledo. We're going to talk about the Huskies with Lance when we get back on UB Football Insider on ESPN 1520.
Midweek football returns to UB Stadium on Wednesday, November 11th when the Bulls take on the Huskies of Northern Illinois on Military Appreciation Night. Kickoff is at 8 p.m., but the excitement starts at 5 p.m. right inside Stampede Square. Don't miss out on the tailgate concert featuring Fleetwood Mac tribute band Rumors. Live for game day. It's big-time entertainment you won't want to miss. For tickets and more information, call 877-UB-THERE or visit ubbulls.com.
Hello, this is that Kegworks guy for the Kegworks store. Are you sick of that neighbor throwing the best party every year? We have everything you need to kick that guy's party right in the you-know-whats. From an extensive line of Jell-O shot supplies to keg pumps, premium cocktail mixers, beer pong tables, and so much more. So get to the Kegworks store at 1460 Military Road in Kenmore, just south of Sheridan. Until next time, this is that Kegworks guy reminding you, go to the Kegworks store.
Sludge makes your car feel a little bit like you do after an all-you-can-eat buffet. Slow. That's why Napa's got Castrol GTX Conventional for just $3.79 a quart with Tri-Shield technology to protect your engine from power-robbing sludge. Castrol GTX, now just $3.79. Conquer the job with Napa know-how. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state local taxes or recycling fees at participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 8/31/15.
Join us at Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill. Hey, it's Paul Santora letting you know we have 2 great locations. One on Millersport Highway next to the Marriott, one on Transit Road next to Transit Lanes. We've got 60 taps, 66 TVs. All of our food is made to order with the freshest and most natural ingredients. Both locations have live music, Millersport on Friday, Transit Friday and Saturday night. There's no better place to enjoy football and hockey with great drink and food specials for every game. Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill since 1927. 4 generations strong, the only family to say we are the original. Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill. Great food, great people, great beer.
Welcome back to Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill. As always, our thanks to the folks here at the Transit Road location of Santora's. They always take good care of us here, and some great food for the folks who come on out here, and we invite you to join us every Monday for the show. The football team is playing Wednesday night against Northern Illinois at UB Stadium, and it is Military Appreciation Night. It's Veterans Day on Wednesday. The night will kick off. Tailgate concert, Fleetwood Mac tribute band Rumors will be performing. If you'd like tickets, you can go to ubbulls.com. It's an 8 o'clock game, or you can go to or call the UB ticket office, 1-877-UB-THERE. If you can't make it, we'll have it on ESPN 1520. You can also watch it on ESPN 3. So let's talk Northern Illinois here, Coach. This is quite the challenge for you guys. They're coming off a huge win. They go into Toledo last week, 24th ranked team in the nation, unbeaten. They lose their starting quarterback to an injury. They lose one of their top receivers to an injury, and they leave the glass ball with a victory. So how impressive are the Huskies?
I'm very impressive. You know, Rod Carey continues to do an outstanding job there. I think when you look at a program over the last really half a dozen years, really or more, of one of the more consistent teams, an elite team maybe in our conference, I guess, by how things are going. So it's a great challenge. But as we'd said earlier, we've made this a great opportunity by how we've been able to play the last few months, or 3 weeks, and to get to this point of the season, going through this. This game's a lot more important than it was maybe a month ago, and it gives us a great opportunity to play a great opponent.
Oh, all right. So let's talk offense and defense. Kind of give us a little thumbnail sketch of what Northern has on offense.
Well, they lost their starting quarterback last week. Put in a redshirt freshman who really led them back to
good.
Yeah, he played well, played with a lot of confidence. He just went in there and kind of let it rip and did a great job. And very talented across the board. They're not going to. They run a limited number of plays out of a lot of different looks and motions and things to make it difficult for you to line up and be sound. And they're a very physical offensive line. They have the leading rusher in the conference and an outstanding group of receivers. Now, it appears maybe one of their receivers was injured as well. Don't know his availability. But, again, you look at them, a team that played in the Orange Bowl a few years ago, you don't get to that point by just being one deep. You build a program. They've been able to do it for a long time, and I think that's, where we want to be someday in that area. But, it should be a great matchup defensively. Again, multiple physical defense. Sometimes they'll stand up their defensive end. Sometimes they put them down. They'll do some different things. An experienced secondary lead the conference in interceptions. They're in the top in turnover margin. So, again, an excellent group that we're going to have to play some of our best football.
You and I were talking in the break. I saw a little bit of their game early in the season. They go to Ohio State, and, man, their defense Ohio State's offense was struggling at the beginning of the season, but still, we're talking about the defending national champions, and that defense gave Ohio State a lot of problems that day. Yeah,
I think it was a 2013 game at the Horseshoe. So to go in there, again, they've been in some of those venues. They played Boston College as well, and, they were in conference. They kind of stubbed their toe against Central Michigan, but we had a chance to see how really, I think, how good, Central Michigan is. And they kind of hit a 3-game lull themselves and kind of bounced back nicely. So, again, it should be exciting. I know our guys are looking forward to it. They're excited. They know there's a lot to play for, and we're hoping for a great crowd and great atmosphere on Wednesday night.
They might also know the game is on national TV. The game is on ESPNU. Now, I know your first mission is get a win. But it is on ESPNU, so how much do you think a night like Wednesday night can help in terms of your recruiting efforts?
Well, I think it helps a lot in a lot of different ways. It gives you a chance to, especially a home game, it gives you a chance to show facilities. It gives you a chance to show your program in a lot of different ways that maybe you don't get a chance to be seen. So that's the benefit of these weeknight games. And I think there's maybe one other game on as well within the conference on an ESPN2. So when people are looking for sports and especially for college football, we're going to be one of the few out there. So it's a great opportunity for us in our program.
Well, you're used to the night game thing, but it'll be nice, I'm sure, to have a night game at home this time around.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. When we're on the road during the week, we have our players at the hotel and some meetings, but by conference rules, they have to go to class on Wednesday. So it's a different type of schedule for us again. So another learning curve for us as a staff and a program to kind of go through some of that. But it's good to be home, and we're looking forward to it.
That's another reason why I didn't play sports. I would have blown off class myself. But I was a broadcast major. I can get away with it.
I won't even comment.
I didn't want to. Yeah, I don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
So. Well, congratulations again on the win over Kent State, and good luck, obviously, Wednesday night against Northern Illinois. And we look forward to chatting with you again next Monday night.
Sounds great. Thanks, Howard.
Lance Leipold joining us here, UB Football Insider. Again, our thanks to the folks at Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill, Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, Northern Illinois. Get your tickets. If you can't make it, ESPNU, ESPN 1520. For Lance, I'm Howard. Have a great night.
This broadcast of the UB Football Insider with Lance Leipold has been brought to you by our Team UB partners, New Era Caps, Nike, AdPro Sports, WGRZ Channel 2, Pepsi, and in part by Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill, Kegworks, Mass Mutual Financial, and A-Turf.